Association Calcio Siena, or A.C.N. for short, was a football club based in the small city of Siena, in the heart of Tuscany, just over 50 miles south of the region's capital Florence. Tucked away in the vast hilly landscape between the Chianti Hills to the north and the Meurthe Valley to the south, the medieval city's idyllic and picturesque surroundings paint a perfect backdrop for such a historic football club. Predominantly donning a black and white striped jersey throughout its existence, which derived from the city of Siena's coat of arms, the club was originally founded under the name Società Sportiva Robert in 1908. The name Robert is commonly used locally by supporters in order to distinguish the football club from the local basketball teams Mensana and Virtus Siena. The club adopted its long-standing name of AC Siena in the 1933-34 season, just before gaining promotion to Serie B for the first time in its history. In the post-war 1945-46 season, AC had its first taste of top-flight football, albeit not officially in Serie A due to the creation of a mixed wartime league, composed of both Serie A and Serie B teams, of which Siena was still considered the latter. Siena spent the best part of the next 55 years bouncing around the Italian lower divisions, only being promoted back to Serie B for the start of the 2000-2001 season. Boss Giuseppe Papadopoulou guided the club to a modest 12th place finish in their first season back in the second tier, and narrowly saved the club from relegation back down to the third tier on the final match day of the 2001-02 season, after being recalled as manager following his sacking earlier in the campaign. Survival on the final day evidently proved to be the catalyst for change, as the following season, with Papadopoulou still at the helm, the Bianconeri gained promotion to Serie A officially for the first time in the club's history, after finishing level on points with second place side Sampdoria, only going up as champions via the head-to-head ruling. Marking 58 years since the club's last top-flight appearance, Siena finished the 2003-04 campaign in a respectable 13th place. The following season under Luigi Di Canio, the club yet again finished mid-table, despite struggling for large parts of the campaign and languishing in the relegation zone until a resurgence towards the back end of the season propelled them to finish 14th. Siena yet again struggled the following campaign, relying on a final day home win 2-1 over Lazio to secure their survival and end the season 17th under head coach Mario Beretta. In 2006-07, talks are ongoing to sell the Tuscan outfit, led by chairman Paolo De Luca, who had taken over the club in 2001 and helped them to the historic first promotion to Serie A that same year. A deal was struck to sell the club on March 30th, 2007, just one day before De Luca sadly passed away after battling a long-term illness. After a further 2 seasons of mid-table mediocrity, following the takeover, Siena succumbed to relegation back down to Serie B at the end of the 2009-10 season, finishing 12 points from safety in 19th. Ahead of their first season back in Italy's second division, the club was acquired by Massimo Mezzaroma, with Valentino Mezzaroma appointed as vice-chairman. The change in ownership brought about a temporary change in fortune for AC, as they were promoted back to Serie A at the first time of asking, after ending the 2010-11 season in second place. However, Siena's stint in the top flight was not as comfortable second time around, and the club was once again relegated in 19th place at the end of the 2012-13 season, having spent just 2 seasons back in the big time. That wasn't the end of Robert's miseries though, as the club failed to register for the 2014-15 Serie B season, later announcing their bankruptcy. Former chairman Massimo Mezzaroma was also sued by a prosecutor on the grounds of false accounting in a player swap deal involving defenders Andrea Rossi and Alberto Galuppo. Although the charges were found to be inadmissible due to the expiry of the legal proceeding, €8.5 million was still seized from Mezzaroma due to charges related to bankruptcy. In July of 2014, the club was refounded under the name Robert Siena, restarting from Serie D in the 2014-15 season. In its first season in Italy's lowest division of professional football, the newly founded Robert won promotion to Serie C as champions of Group E. Over the next few years, the Phoenix club looked to be both literally and metaphorically on the rise, with impressive 6th and 12th place finishes in the 2015-16 and 2016-17 season respectively, even qualifying for the semi-final of the 2015-16 Coppa Italia Lega Pro. The following season, Siena nearly went one better, as following a second place finish in the 2017-18 Serie C season, the club qualified for the promotion playoffs, which they eventually lost out to Cosenza and Livorno. However, after the non-admission of Bari, Cesena and Avellino, it left the door open for 3 other Serie C teams to gain promotion to Serie B, but after a lengthy legal battle, it was decided that all 3 spots would be left vacant, denying Siena of an unthinkable promotion back to the second tier just 4 seasons after being refounded. After successive 6th place finishes and subsequent failure in the promotion playoffs in the 2 seasons that followed, the club's misery was further compounded the following year as Siena Robert failed to register for the 2020-21 Serie C season, and yet again the club had to be refounded. This time as A.C.N. Siena 1904 under the ownership of an Armenian consortium. Once again, restarting life back down in Serie D, Siena are on the hunt for immediate promotion, currently sitting in 3rd place on 21 points, just 3 points off the top of the table after 13 games played in Group E. Hopefully Siena can make their way back up the divisions and one day even gain promotion back to the promised land of Serie A, where in my eyes they belong. So, there you have it guys, that was the story of the rise and fall of AC Siena. If you've enjoyed this slightly different mini documentary style video from myself, let me know down in the comments if you did, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. While you're down there, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe with notifications turned on if you haven't already, as it really helps the channel grow. Anyway, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.